Hey YouTube, this is Seven, and I am on my Spirit Universal channel. I am going to do this video today. This is the last video in a three video installment to ring in the new year of January 2013, and it's all about change. This subject is my favorite. This video will be my favorite of all three because it's about catalyst. Um, Basically, when you make the decision to change due to the yin yang force, the yin yang pull of the universe, you are automatically going to be presented with the catalyst to push that change into manifestation. You have to have a catalyst, that you have to have something to draw from. You can't say I feel good until you know what it's like to feel bad. So you need to experience the opposite of what you're doing. So immediately after you say I'm going to change X, Y, and Z, you're going to be presented with a test to encourage you, to motivate, to test your will to change. Immediately afterwards, it's like I'm going to save money for the new year. Your car is going to break down tomorrow. They call it Murphy's Law. They say whenever something bad can happen, it will. Um, it's a catalyst. A lot of times it's looked at as a negative thing, which is why I wanted to make this video, because it's not a negative thing. Some Christians will get a test or the catalyst for change. Say, hmm, I want to stop cursing. Okay. Now say, I want to stop cursing for the new year. And immediately somebody's going to piss you off in the next 5 minutes. You're going to get a phone call. Somebody's going to make you mad. It's presented the opportunity, but they say it's the devil trying to tempt them to do wrong. I'm not saying that they should look like that. However you want to look at things is your prerogative. I do not look at it like that. The reason I don't look at it like that is because I found that looking at it from a God devil aspect, that a devil chasing you, devil bothering you, devil messing with you aspect invokes more of a fear of this character based spirit, more so than a understanding of this character based spirit. So once I stopped fearing this quote unquote devil, I was able to begin to find the power within. And with in conjunction of people are scared of the devil, so they run to God for help. They pray, they might get an answer, they might not, because they are missing a key element, which is their own divine limitless power that they're completely unaware of. That power, in conjunction with this catalyst, is offered. So at the end of the day, you can have the testimony, the story that went behind making this thought manifest to a reality, making this thought process go from a thought to an idea to a plan to an actual manifestation of whatever change you wanted. It is not only necessary, but I appreciate it. When people look at this demonic character spirit of the devil tempting me, I, on the other hand, look at any adversity, any test, any roadblock as I appreciate it, because it is propelling me and it is pushing me to be more determined and more strong willed in my quest for victory in this particular situation. The problem is the catalyst will make you uncomfortable. It's going to put you out of your comfort element, which your comfort element for most human beings is wanting everything to flow smoothly and not wanting any ripples or bumps in the road. Well, the catalyst presented is always going to present a bump in the road, a roadblock, an obstacle. And it creates a sense of frustration, of anger, of sadness. It evokes all the fear emotions. Do you understand what I'm saying? It evokes all of the realm of fear emotions, the rainbow of emotions you have in your catalog that are all fear, frustration, anger, impatience. Just when you want to change something and something's standing in your way, it creates that negative emotion. Two things happen. Either fear stops you from changing. It's the fear of feeling uncomfortable. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to be bothered, and you don't change. Or it creates where you have to stop, re-examine, reevaluate, and possibly change the plan and continue. One of the things that I saw on Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday when she was talking to Gary Zubak about the seat of the soul was resting in the seat of the soul. This is basically something that is a spiritual principle that should be practiced when you're trying to change something, when you're trying to grow spiritually and progress to a next level. Resting in the seat of the soul, it takes practice and it takes making it a habit. What I mean by that is when we are presented with an obstacle or frustration or something that unexpectedly went wrong in the course of our life or in the course of our plan to change something, we immediately tense up. We lean forward. We tense up regardless of because it catches us off guard. When we're caught off guard, it's hard to relax. When you are under that tense, it creates more stress in your life. Then all of this begins to be tense. Then you're upset that now you're stressed. So you're completely distracted from the plan of change because now you're focused on tension, how you feel, the stress. Relaxing in the seat of the soul is basically, I'm trying to find the words to put it. It's basically feeding your spirit truth. Well, these are my definitions and these are my strategies. Relaxing in the seat of the soul is feeding your spirit truth. Feeding your spirit truth is remembering that what you are and who you are, and that you are a spiritual, divine, limitless being, that you are. It's being the awareness in that particular moment, resting in the awareness of who you are. Okay, you are a spiritual being that's having a human experience. You are a spirit in a human body having a human experience. So once you remember who you are, just a minute. Matter of fact, just sit it down. Thank you. Sorry about that. Just remembering who you are in that moment will allow you to relax in that moment. Stopping before you get too upset, which is very hard to do if you don't create it as a habit. You have to create this habit before you can even change what you want to change because the catalyst is going to come. Relax. Just take a couple of deep breaths instead of getting frustrated. And once you introduce fear into the picture, any hope for change is going to be lost. Fear is going to remove the motivation, it's going to remove the determination. Fear is very detrimental in spiritual growth and in life progress. A lot of people don't achieve their dreams because they have fear. Relaxing, taking a couple of deep breaths, stopping for a minute, realizing that this is just what happens. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do to change this. These are universal laws. They're going to happen whether you want them or not. There's only so many things in your 360 that you can control. And universal law is not one of them. Universal law introduces catalysts when change is desired. Acceptance of that it's going to happen each and every time whether you want it to or not. When you begin to make it a habit to keep these spiritual principles in the forefront of your thinking, it makes it much easier, and change becomes accelerated. I have spent the last 3 months really working on, and I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I had to give up a lot. I had to take a pay cut because work and life moves so fast, and being responsible for a department and always at work and working overtime, and this moves so fast that I was not taking enough time out to focus on my own spiritual growth and just what I wanted to do, my own purpose. So I had to take a pay cut and not work so much. I had to sit in those quiet spaces and just sit alone with me and God and the universe, feeling the energy of the universe and waiting for answers to problems. Knowing the answers and having the ability to start putting these answers in practice, because spiritual growth is not only about knowing the knowledge, but it's about being able to apply it. And my principle in life is not telling anybody anything until I have tested it and proven that it works. If it can work for me, it can work for anybody else, because the whole process of the urban awakenings is to show that there is no difference between me living in Chicago, being a wife and a mother and a professional, and still coming to a point of enlightenment and beginning that process of higher thinking and expanded consciousness. Um, that it can happen even despite of the fact I don't have a Eastern background. I don't have I have a Baptist Christian background, and allowing to be led by Holy Spirit and intuition and consciousness, and not feeling like I have to be boxed in and do whatever else everybody else is doing to be accepted and to be happy and to be joyful and peaceful, because maybe society has it wrong, maybe people are sheep, just maybe. So I hope that all of the viewers, friends, everybody has gotten knowledge and motivation and encouragement and inspiration from this series of change. And I am going to close this series out. The next series is going to be about tips for living a better life, living the best you possible, expanding your consciousness and expanding your spiritual growth. All right, you guys, peace and love.